So I've had to make a bunch of apologies recently. It's not exactly, what step is it? Fourth step, I'm not sure, but I stopped drinking. I went to rehab. I'm now in an IOP program, which is intensive outpatient program, and I'm going to AA every day. So a lot of things in my life have changed since I've posted on here last, and I also start school in August. So I've gotten asked, like, well, when do you start school again, or how is college going, things like that. And I start again in August. So hopefully that gives me enough time in sobriety and enough like space where life has changed that I hit the ground running when school starts and literally have like a totally different experience than I had last time I was in school. Last time I was in school, I was drinking every day. I was smoking every day. My friends would ask me to do stuff and I would drop like whatever priorities I had and go do stuff with my friends, whether that be travel, whether that be go like to an event, go do stuff, like whatever it was, it'd be like, okay, yeah. And that was like really bad for me. I told my group in AA the other day that like not only did I like the feeling of being drunk, like the actual like intoxicated feeling, it was like in my life I must have liked all the chaos and just like disorganization, what's it called, not being able to rely on some unreliability that was coming from that behavior, because I wouldn't have kept doing it if I didn't like it. I mean, I know it is like a vicious cycle that you drink, you do alcoholic behavior, and then that makes you sad about the activities that you've done. So then you drink some more to numb the pain, or to not have to like, to, it like rationalizes it, you know, if you just drink after you do something bad and you did that bad thing because you either were drunk or hungover or wanted to get drunk or whatever it was. It's like, to me, I wasn't being consistent or being reliable or being a person that like, what is behind me? Sorry, there's like, I seen this thing. It's a freaking hair perfume. But no, come here. But I moved. I bought a house. I moved, and because I was in the middle of nowhere, and because I'm making a YouTube video. You heard me? Huh? I'm making a YouTube video.
You mean to not come through here?
Sorry. I'm making a video for you guys on YouTube. I just had to tell my mom. But I literally moved and didn't have internet for a couple of months and told myself that's an excuse to not work because you don't have internet, instead of going to the local Starbucks or local wherever I could find Wi-Fi or pay for Wi-Fi or whatever. I told myself, no, it's okay. You can just drink and hang out and take the time off, or it won't be that big of a deal or whatever. But I got into a routine every day of not being online or not being with people and then just drinking by myself. And that's so dangerous and sad and turned me into the person I always knew that I could be, that in a negative way. Like I was doing things that I didn't want to do. I was drinking all the time. I was going places, spending money, just being completely erratic. And that's like the lowest form of low. Not going to the gym, not eating right, drinking every day, gaining a ton of weight, what else? Not saving money, not being a good friend, not being a good family member, like a lot of stuff. And you know, the people around me got a chance to watch that, and it's so, like, I feel so unproud of them seeing the person that I became. And not, I didn't say humiliated, was it embarrassed? I don't know what it is, because it's not like I feel like my friends and family deserve better than to watch me miss plans, to make plans and not show up and be so unreliable. I don't feel like they should have watched me drink every day and get to a point where it's like who is this person? Because at least before, I could keep the monster at bay. Like, I could keep things away. I could still preserve and act like I had like some stuff going for myself, right? Like, at least like I would drink, but I would still eat right. Or I would drink, but I would be on top of my shit as far as school went. Or I would drink and still save money. But like having the experience where it just went to the worst person that I could be, drinking, like, now I can see how bad it was and implement new changes, like reading books, journaling, meditating, eating right, going to the gym, planning for the future, saving money, communicating, being a good, effective friend. That's why when I started this video, I said, like, I had to apologize to people recently and tell them, like, hey, I'm 45 days sober today, and I have to make amends for the things that I did, like scheduling to plan to do stuff with people and then just canceling on them, or just not showing up, or just like being so tremendously like irresponsible, or committing to things that I like knew I didn't want to do, and then just been like, well, whatever, I'll either ignore them, feel bad, and drink, or drink so I forget about it and ignore them anyways. You know, like, two options. Instead of just being upfront and being like, I don't want to do that, or I can't do that, or that doesn't fit my schedule, or financially it doesn't make sense, or whatever, just having like assertive communication. Instead of doing that, I just was like, whatever, alcohol will fix it. And so I'm having to make amends now, and really like take a look at the stuff that I've done, not just like recently since moving, but over time. And it's like, there's all these steps that we do, or we have to do in AA. And I've only been in the program for like super recently. So it's like, I don't expect myself to know everything right away, but at least I'm moving in the right direction and progressing every day. And every day that I wake up that I don't take a drink is a day where I have the chance to be a good version of myself. And so that's where I'm at with it right now. If you have any questions about where I've been or what's been going on, you can leave them down below, or in the Discord, or you know, whatever. I'm always here. But yeah, that's where I've been recently.